I have a lot of data on the fact that you can't spend your way out of a slump because we've tried for 10 straight years to try to spend money on something in July and August that would convert, and our acquisition cost is laughable. It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS.
That was amazing, Dan. Anybody who's newer in business or hasn't mastered what you just said should rewind 5 minutes, listen to it again, and do exactly what you just said. Because I do have the data to support everything you said as being accurate. So I use the acronym ACE, anticipate, capitalize, extend. And with luxury services, window cleaning, landscaping I would even consider that as one. Customers really care about the experience more than the price. Now, there's a certain point in time you can price yourself out of the market, right? Just being ridiculous. But when they use you and you're their guy, the price isn't the issue. And if you offer a luxury service, think about a time, and I guarantee it's happened to anybody who's been in business more than a couple of years, where a customer calls and says, "Hey, I want my lawn mowed, my windows cleaned," or whatever. And like, "Yeah, we're booked out 8 weeks." They're loyal to you. They want their windows cleaned now, and you not giving them the opportunity to get booked early on is the problem for both of you and them, because now they're forced to be put in a position where they want their windows cleaned, and you didn't get in front of them at the right time. So it doesn't have to be about an offer. It just has to be about exclusivity. It's called spring cleaning for a reason. Everybody wants work done in the spring. As our valued customer, we want to offer you exclusivity. Pick any dates, anytime you want to get work done this year. And if you want, one offer that works really well is, with all the inflation, all the price raising, if you book now, before this date, then we will not raise your prices this year, or you won't have to go through the 2022 price increase until next year. So you can have some sort of offer, but get your existing customers on first. That's anticipating your demand, because you're right. One of my favorite sayings is you can't spend your way out of a slump. That means when people aren't looking, when they're not buying, it doesn't matter what you're selling. They're not going to be buying your thing. So we have to use our database to get our capacity up as fast as possible. And you see that with historical trends. If this is your second, third, eighth season, you have, history on your side. As long as there's not like this catastrophic recession or something that happens, what's going to happen this year, right? So we can anticipate what's going to happen, get our capacity in place. People struggle to see the short-term investment in people and infrastructure if the revenue is not coming in. But it's a lot easier to focus your attention on building the infrastructure before it happens rather than waiting till it does happen, because now you're working on scheduling and dispatching and routing and fixing equipment and training and all the things that are going on when you're in peak season, when the people that are having a lot of success are getting prepared before it actually starts.
So I have a lot of data on the fact that you can't spend your way out of a slump because we've tried for 10 straight years to try to spend money on something in July and August that would convert, and our acquisition cost is laughable. Now we spend it still in specific spots because we want to keep our guys busy, right? We still need whatever the acquisition cost is. I'm damn near willing to pay it. If I like the crew, I just need them to have some work to do. One of the things you said is to create that exclusivity, we almost should send an email. So July and August, we can get some lingering demand and push it out there. But September is weird because it's not quite time for fall stuff. But
and that's where the extend comes in at the end. Demand is still there in late July. July 4th is usually the beginning of your 6-week slump. So late June, when demand's still high, you make another really big push. Your goal is to be more booked out on June 30th than any point in time of the year, because you want to avoid that summer slowdown. Just chipping away at that 3-4 week booked out. So then when you get to September, you've hopefully able to weather it by staying at capacity. It's almost impossible to do. But what James said earlier is perfect, is you find those services or those types of customers that you can put in July, you can put in February, that it doesn't really matter when it's done as long as it gets done. And then they'll get used to having that large project done every February, every July. And that's how you can keep your capacity consistent as well.
Yeah. I was thinking when you get into the Labor Day timeframe, we could do a little hey, you got to book now and it's got to be in September before prices go up, and just create the scarcity, because everybody's going to book in October, November. We're going to be damn near turning away work by the end of it, no matter how many employees we have. So it's
we have a client that called us yesterday and said, we're in panic mode. What do? We just booked a 144 unit HOA complex for house wash, roof wash, and gutter cleaning. It's a 6-figure job right now. It's why did you do that right now? You didn't know what's going on. You go sub it out or something, because now you're going to be all the work you could possibly do this spring is now gone, because they're 2-truck operation.
Yep.
They're done. Their spring's over. Do that in September.
Yep. July or August would be a great month to drop that one in.
Yep.
James, what you got over there?
You guys are 100% right. And Michael is spot on of what people should be doing as well. I always look at like marketing too as like a wheel, right? I don't know if we ever went through this together, but every month should be like in a wheel, and it's going to go, I don't know which way my video is going, but whatever way that would go. And so if you're having a lull in July or August or whatever, what's the marketing you're doing the quarter before to promote stuff to be moved that season, right? So if you can do a 5% discount, if you can wait not doing it in spring, but do it in July, August, people are okay with that, because then if they're getting clean while they're at the lake, then they don't have to worry about it. Or maybe there's a different reason, or some people might not care when it gets done. They don't have a lake house. So I think it still goes into marketing as well, of how you're wording it. And then just based off of what we talked about last week too, like you want those bigger problems because you find ways to navigate it once you get them. So the only way to maybe do it, and once you get so much business, like Dan, maybe then you're going to buy another company. We need 60 more people to do this. Okay, stop thinking about like 1 or 2 to add in, to help the rush of spring. Let's buy the biggest competitors. So then we take all their business and we get all their people. And then that just solved our problem.
Yep.
So like you start thinking differently once those issues, those problems come up. But I mean, it's still very stressful in the moment, but the exclusivity of it in the beginning, or sub it out in the beginning, and then just starting to figure out like what other opportunities could we take advantage of this situation? Because everybody's probably in the same boat in the city.
Yep.
So you start thinking just differently once you constantly have that. And then once it gets big enough, then you pivot into something different.